Yeah, alright, so liking me back in the video, and today we are doing what is probably the best strategy in the game, which is not very often. We normally do our aggro stuff. Our first opponent just was not zigzag power and did not load, and we just edited out 9 minutes, but yeah, I don't know why it probably is Wi-Fi DC, isn't it? But that is how you disconnect. Anyways, the first opponent is Rats, but yeah. And this one we did slightly differently. We've got one live replay and a few other good games that I've done. I've not done the strat too much. It's quite different and also quite similar to Dartling Boomer from a certain point of view. So essentially you have a lot of like kind of in-betweener strats, like DFA, like engineer strats, heli strats. Yeah, things like that, which they can go like mid-late game, but they can't go like super late game. But they're also pretty good early on. They kind of just cover the board really well. Dartling Boomer Farm is saying it's going to be really strong early game. It's going to be very weak late game. And this strat saying it's going to be very weak early game, but it's going to be very, very strong late game. It's going to beat everything up late game. Yeah, that is basically what we're saying when we're using this strat. And essentially, if you can get the early game locked down, then especially on long maps, you can essentially then beat anything because you win all the late games, which you'll see. So this guy's using Ninja Ice Super, so some people might think he might outlast us, but you'll actually see why he doesn't. He's not the greatest player this one. I actually don't know his eco numbers throughout this, which they might actually be quite interesting to know, but I don't think his eco gets that high because you see he tries to kill us off, tries to take advantage of us, not being very strong in the earlier game. We're actually playing before with super eco boost, which is what we normally use with this, and just one of our earlier games with the strat, we made a few mistakes and we choked to something. I forgot what it was. Anyway, and we knew he was ecoing, so we decided for this rematch that we wanted to bring copy eco, but we all normally use a mixed eco style with copy eco, with super eco boost. But yeah, for this one we can just chill with our ninjas down and farm. We're going to get a lot of leaks on, which is not too bad because we got the passive powers. We've used a few lightnings already, which is not ideal. But just I mean, it's happened. He's going to those greens. Yeah, he's going to keep ecoing. Not forced to double shot upgrade, so we're not going to go for the double shot upgrade. We want to get the farms up as much as possible where we can. And yeah, so a good start so far. We are just going to go for another double shot here because he can eco a little bit harder now. I don't know why he's not sending yellows because that's going to force more defense from us. Or yeah, we'll show you how we defend yellows and aggro powers and aggro stuff from some of the more recent games from yesterday. But yeah, we're just kind of chilling at the moment for now. And yeah, he's just ecoing. We're not really we don't need to force anything. We got copy eco. He's not got enough. He's not got full eco yet. He didn't use any super eco boosts early on, so we couldn't do an early, much earlier copy eco and yellow send or anything like that. I think he's got lightnings anyways. He doesn't seem the greatest player, but he's got 2 ice towers down, and it's not like timed up and he's not doing any ice timing or anything like that, but he doesn't need to do it, so he's fine. I think we might even send some regen whites in here just to force the double shot. Or maybe that was a different game. I'm starting to think that was a different game. Anyways, we're going to get flash bomb down because we need it for leads anyways. We're starting to think he's probably got, especially after that super eco boost, he probably has 600 ecos, so I think we copy it soon. Getting the games mixed up, we haven't copied it yet. That's fine, we should probably be able to copy it by now. I think he probably sends something on this round and then we decide. Maybe it's after pinks. But yeah, we're basically thinking, there we go, some pinks, and now we're pretty sure he has at least 600 eco, we can copy that. We could go for round 12 BIA, but it's a little bit risky. We know from our other game that he's quite aggressive. We're going to copy his eco now, I think. Now he's certain. When are we hitting the copy eco button? He's definitely got enough now. It's because I keep missing eco boost. I keep forgetting. It's actually aggravating me why I'm not using copy eco now. This is a post commentary. We damage boost that. I think a little bit safe. We probably didn't need to damage boost that. The boosts aren't essential. We didn't go for the even round 12. We didn't even do it round 13, but we've gone for a 2-4 round 14 BI. I guess yeah. We did lose to him before. It's probably what's playing on my mind. I want to choke to something again. He sends this Russian. I think we go for a second Jitsu. Yeah, second Jitsu just to calm that down, and then go for this sell a Jitsu. So we're getting the BI up in time. And now we're fine. And we're also very close to being able to afford a Sabo, which does 2 damage per layer, which is going to help us loads, because you're not going to get regen leads going to regen black, then regening back up, and the Jitsu not being able to do anything. It goes down to pinks. And with the Sabo, it means the Jitsu can actually hit the layers and not get blocked off at all, which is really good. So there's another rush. I'm just going to rebuy this pretty much. But in the exact same way, and this is really harming his eco. I didn't need to damage boost there, but yeah, I guess I'm just a little bit nervous from the other loss. It was already saboed, it's still saboed now. Yeah, we didn't need to do that, it was way too greedy. We should only be damage boosting if it goes like around the circle and around like the top circle a bit, and then it's getting too far, we need to hit the panic button, the damage boost. But again, it doesn't really matter, and we're not really getting to a late game in this mirror where damage boosts are essential late game, just because our strategy is so much better. He gets an ice shards down. We can't really rush this. We're gonna space eco. We hold our BA nicely. We're thinking around 20 or 21 maybe. We want to cash it out, go for more BIAs, and yeah, at this point he's got a few more rushes, and then we're gonna speed it up. But we'll just show you those defense in 1 time speed, and then we'll go to 6 times speed. But yeah, around 19 we've gone for it, yeah. So yeah, once you've got to this point, you want to get as much eco as possible, because you'll very quickly fill the map out with factories, and you're kind of capped at how much money you can gain. Whereas with BIAs, you're getting loads of eco, and then yeah, I'd say about 20k eco is the sweet spot that I've found so far. We Sabo here, just a few things again. Lay it over the top, don't want to take any risks. But yeah, 20k eco is kind of what I like to look for. This game we've gone for a super monkey down, kind of revealing that kind of early on. I think this is for leads. Oh yeah, okay, I see why I did this. So yeah, if there's regen leads from both angles, we can kind of struggle. So we've gone for this to alleviate that problem. And yeah, it's not doing too great so far. That's going both sides, so we have to settle that again. And yeah, this BFB is really not helping his eco at all. It's just slowing us down a little bit, but we're still in a good position where we're getting slowed down. It's not going to harm us really too much. And yeah, I think we just Sabo this and get another Jitsu down, and we're then A-OK to all of that. I don't think we need to boost or anything. Maybe we panic boost. Oh yeah, no, we definitely panicked. Maybe that was slightly more, that was a little bit late, but I don't think we needed to boost in really at all. So we can now get our farm down. Trying to place it now so we can get the 2 and the 1 above it as well. We could probably sell a Jitsu as well, but not yet. We cash out both BIAs to go for a 3rd one. And we could obviously have got a 4th one by selling a Jitsu, I think, on this round as well. But we don't decide to. I'm just going to space eco in case he sends in a ZMG. We're thinking, yeah, we'll have all our money tied up. And we've got 2k eco, which is pretty nice. And now we see here, send us in a ZMG. So we Sabo, we get ready to re-Sabo. And now we're thinking we want to get a Robo Monkey down, sell that farm. And now we're thinking we just want to make it so that it pops into BFBs around about the where the Super Monkey is, so we can tech terror the ability it and just clean it up nicely. But we're popping this slightly too fast, so you'll see to slow down how quickly we pop this. We're going to change the Super Monkey's targeting to last, so we pop it a little bit too quickly, so we change it to last. So we're not going to pop it into Moabs, is the aim of this. Get our Tech Terror ability up, wait till it all gets nice and close, and in range, can just use the ability. Stuff round 24 AI comes, so we Sabo, we get back this, and now we can just farm on maximally. Yeah, I'm going to change to 6 times speed now, just because all we're doing is ecoing and BIA spamming. We don't really need to watch this slowly. I tried to fit another farm up top there, but we can't do that. We should just be max ecoing. I trying to decide which was better between BIA spamming first and then ecoing, or ecoing while BIA spamming. I think max ecoing and when you can afford the BIAs is probably the best play after you've gotten about 2 to 3 BIAs up. Kind of what I've found so far, but you know, very new to this still. I've only done this a few days. Since another CMG, it's just an easy defense. We get a temple at the top, and yeah, essentially, yeah, we should just keep max ecoing, and then in a while we'll just temple spam. The reason our strategy outlasts us, even though he has an extra stall, is because we can get so much more eco of all these BIAs down, and we can temple spam before he can temple spam, way earlier than he can temple spam, even though he's got sacrifices and an extra stall. We can get way more temples down and way more eco, and once he starts struggling, we can then just edge it on a little bit and finish him off. But yeah, you can see he's probably got under 10k eco, doesn't even have village, so his eco's really getting hampered by that. And yeah, we sell all our BIAs, and we're now placing these temples down. I don't think I did it very well, but we placed it the best we could to try and get as many down as possible. And then yeah, we just sacrifice all the stuff. Make sure we have a sacrificed Tech Terror down so that we get, so our temple's doing a little bit more damage. And yeah, we didn't quite get to 20k eco or have as much money as some other games. The one I'm going to show a replay of after this is a little bit better. But yeah, we're just going to keep max ecoing and get the last few temples down. We rebuy sabos after areas have been used for temples where we're not going to accidentally sacrifice them anymore. And there's our last temple, and you can see how much quicker we are. We're not even saboing really, I don't think. Yeah, or we've got nearly as many stalls down, but we're popping them much faster, because yeah, especially since we've got all our loads of defense at the back, he doesn't have any defense at the back. So yeah, we'll see to start pushing, so we're now going to start throwing in some space CMGs. So space CMGs come every 12 seconds. So we're going to make sure we only send one every 12 seconds, so that we are actually still gaining money for a while. So 2 income boosts will come in for about 15 odd k, that's 30k, and you lose 9k. You'll see this better on in this later game. But yeah, we keep spacing in, we keep gaining money, and all that stuff's on his screen. We're forcing boosts, it's looking really messy. And it's only a matter of time till he goes down at this point. He can't counter because he's got eco, not a lot of eco, and needs to get more defense to defend stuff, which is already on his side. Damage boosts, we win the game. Anyways, new game. So this is against an aggro, how we can beat aggro. So he's doing a strat which is actually really hard for this, because our only defensive tower is ninja for budget camgro strat. So we got this in 2 times speed just to speed up the early game. But yeah, we're doing this with super eco boost now, which is how I normally do it, and we're going to mixed eco. So yeah, get the double shot down, and basically this is good because not on this map because it's really easy to anti-storm map, but other maps you'll make the rounds last longer, which is good. And just having a nice little base eco, so if you get all your farms sold, you still got a load of money up behind, is really nice feel. We think our super eco boosts 3, 5 and 7 just because we know he's aggro. We want as much money as possible for round 13 to help us defend. Otherwise we do 4, 7, 10, or yeah, 4, 7, 10, just so we're getting the early BIA off. And yeah, he's at a really late super eco boost down. And now we're gonna go for double shots, go for our farm upgrade, and he's gonna do this. So we're actually gonna damage boost this. We used the lightning because he knocked out our ninja before. We're gonna damage boost this once he's sent a lot. Now the reason I damage boost this instead of lightning, so you'd think you'd use lightning because lightning's worse later in the game. However, against aggro, one of the main things that can beat this is spammed balloons. However, you can overcome spam balloons by saboing, having the sabo ninja down, and abusing the damage boost lightning glitch, where you have the sabo down that does 3 layers, and then the lightning under damage boost takes 2 layers at a time instead of 1, which is really broken. But we Sabo straight away, he knocks it out, we rebuy it, we lightning, I'm just only doing 1 layer at a time at the moment. Well, it's Sabo, now we damage boost, now it's doing way more. You can't properly see this in Battles TV replay, unfortunately, but we've just annihilated the whole rush. The whole rush is gone, it's not on the screen anymore. And yeah, so we defended this. It's going to show Bloons going through, but it's just the Battles TV lag. But now we're going to, just for fun, rebuy a Sabo, and then we're going to all out, and we were a bit silly because he couldn't defend any of this, but he counters with pinks, and I wasn't sure if the Sabo was going to wear off in time, but if it did, we might have lost, even though we literally won. But yeah, so we won that game. And yes, that's how you beat aggro. That's quite hard aggro to play against as well, so yeah, against power lock you just stall out and stuff. Now versus this, so this is another late game strat which looks like it might be able to outlast because it's got Village and Glue Gunner stall and Super Monkey. So the Village is going to help him get more temples up, and the Glue's a stall, and he's got the Village ability as well, so a lot of people might think they're going to outlast us. However, you'll see why we outlast him as the game goes on. We actually guessed his powers wrong as well. We brought a farm power instead of super eco boost, which was really bad because eco forces more defense and that means less farms. So this was a struggle. Because we've already caught him up in eco. Look at that, wow. 3 BIs down, not even max ecoing yet, and we've caught him in eco. And yeah, we kind of just defend stuff pretty cleanly. And yeah, just kind of watch how the eco sporadically spirals out of control for him into our favour. So yeah, just BI'd spam. We get another one down later. I don't know why we didn't get the next one down for ages, but got like 8 BIs down. We can just max eco at this point. Get a temple down at the bottom here. Doesn't disrupt our farms or anything like that. And yeah, look at the eco difference now. We're going to slow it down at 16 minutes, I believe. And you'll be able to see the eco difference is just crazy. Not what you might expect, I guess, from an eco versus a farm strat. But here we go. Yeah, 17k eco we have versus his 10k eco. And it is a huge difference. Every 6 seconds we're getting an extra 7k on him. And yeah, now we get about $1,020k eco, $1 million, 20k eco. We really quickly, even on the speed up, we still pretty quickly got all these temples down. I don't think I think you can fit them better, but I'm not too sure how just yet. I don't know. Optimal temple placements. Now we're going to start robo spamming, and as soon as we start seeing his ZMGs push a little bit more on his side, we're going to start spacing ZMGs over the top. You'll see his are going a little bit further than mine. We're not even saboing, and he's got his glue stall down already. We get to exactly 20k eco at some point. Okay, now I'm 500k. We're now going to start spacing them in, and yeah, especially because the directions of the map go different ways. It means his super monkeys have to fire in different areas, which is pretty bad for him, really good for us. And yeah, he has to start damage boosting. This is his first damage boost, and we just keep sending them in. And by doing the space trick, so every 12 seconds, just not 2 within that 12-second period, you'll see we actually are gaining money. We started sending on 500k, we're now on 750k, and we still have 15k eco. We still have more eco than him, which is kind of huge. And he's already used 2 damage boosts, and he's going to use his last one now. We still got 2 of our damage boosts, which is good. And yeah, I thought he had 1 more damage boost left, I can't lie. I wanted to force that, and then I was just going to full send the ZMGs. But we're actually almost at the point. I was thinking, when's he gonna do it? But yeah, keep just spacing them in. Spacing is still fine, I guess. It's only slightly better doing them constant. And he's still above him in eco, and he's almost dead. 1 time speed now, so I think he's almost dies. And I couldn't actually see death, I don't think, but you can see how we've just gone out of control this game really nicely. He's only just overtaken us in eco, even though we've been spacing his ZMGs for like minutes now. And he dies. But yeah, annihilation. That's why this strat is the best round of the game. If you can master the early defense, you'll beat everything late game. Yeah, this was the leaderboard from Tuesday. But yeah, let's wrap up today's video. Hope you enjoyed this, like different kind of stuff. I'm going to keep working on this, trying to master this. But yeah, have a nice rest of your day, and yeah, see ya.